Hello everyone and welcome back to a little purple potting shed vlog. It's really early in the morning. I like to come up here about 6:30, 7 o'clock now. It's my absolutely favourite time to come up the allotment. There's usually no one else around, but it's actually quite busy this morning, and I think people are trying to beat the heat because in the UK it's very, very hot. I think we're reaching around like the mid-20s, 20 degrees Celsius every day now, and it's so hot. So I think people tend to come up in the morning or in the evening. I had to come up early this morning to give it all a good water and to film this, obviously. But sometimes I just come up here really early, do a little bit of weeding, sit down with a cup of tea. Honestly, it's the best start to the day. It puts you in a good mood as well, ready for the day ahead, because we've been really busy with the shop. I don't think we expected it to be so busy. I mean, I had all these plans for the blog and to do more videos and more podcasts, and just write more blog posts and things like that. But yeah, obviously we just haven't had the time. It's been so busy with the shop, and the online orders have been amazing. Over the bank holiday weekend I had over 120 orders to wrap, and I'm still trying to catch up with them now because obviously we make the metalwork. We had a massive stock of metalwork which we made over the winter. That's gone now, and now we're sort of making things as we sell them, kind of thing. So yeah, it's been really good. So thankful for everyone who supported us with the shop. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, we haven't been doing much else. It's just been work. I mean, most days I'm working from 9 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night. So it is pretty full on. But yeah, we tried to obviously keep to ourselves because of the lockdown. I mean, it's easing a little bit now in the UK. We're able to travel places and go places. I think shops are opening soon, and we're able to visit family members as well next week. So it's easing a little bit, but obviously the garden shows still aren't going ahead. I know a few of the RHS ones have been postponed till September, but I'm still not sure if they're going to go ahead. I know Hampton Court was postponed till September, but we're not sure if we're going to do it or not because it's quite late in the season for us. We don't tend to do garden shows after August because we don't make as much, and then it's obviously not worth us going to the shows, paying the extortionate fees for the stand. So yeah, just work. It's been really good though. I'm not complaining at all. I mean, it can be a little bit stressful, but yeah, just not much time for videos and things like that. So I do apologise for that. I also celebrated my birthday end of April. Can't remember the last time I did a vlog now. But yeah, end of April was my birthday, and I was completely spoiled. Obviously it was a little bit weird because it was in lockdown and we weren't really able to celebrate properly. But yeah, I was spoiled with gifts. I got a new David Austin rose called Buttercup, and it's yellow, and I planted it on my birthday in the pouring rain because it was bare root, so I thought I had to go in. But my parents got me that, and they were asking me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said to them, well, I would quite like a rose because I was going to buy a rose, and I said, why don't you pick one for me? I thought it'd be quite nice. So yeah, they picked me the Buttercup from the David Austin catalogue, and it's doing really well. It's starting to sprout and things like that, so that's amazing. The other David Austin rose that I bought, I think back in February, the Generous Gardener, that one's called. It's a climber, and it climbs to about 15 feet. I put it on the archway right at the back of the allotment, and it had its first bloom the other day. I can't tell you how beautiful it was. When I saw it, it literally took my breath away. It sounds really cheesy, but It was so beautiful, and it's gone now. I don't know if a pigeon knocked all the petals off, but it didn't last very long. But there are a few other buds there, and obviously I only planted it out in February, so hopefully it will climb the archway and produce lots of blooms in the future. But yeah, I got the Buttercup David Austin Rose for my birthday. I also got the Good Life complete series on DVD, which we started to watch. I think we've done series 1 so far. I've never seen it before, and I don't know why. It's so funny, and it's so relevant. Like, I want to be Barbara. She's amazing. And they are living the dream. They really, really are. But yeah, it's so funny. I really can't believe I've never seen it before. Yeah, I got loads of other things, not garden related. Oh, but I did get a lovely handmade shawl from my friend Helen. I was going to wear it actually because it was a little bit chilly, but I thought I'd bring it up to show you because it's beautiful, and it matches the purple of my shed, so Ooh, but I mean, look how beautiful it is. And it sort of goes quite long on one end, so you can wrap it around, and it's nice and light, so it's going to be perfect for these late spring summer evenings. But it's so lovely. I mean, she's the reason why I wanted to start knitting. She's just so talented and so lovely. I will get onto knitting in a minute, because gosh, it feels like I haven't spoken to you in a long time. But yeah, I feel like a lot's happened, and then not a lot's happened. I think it's just because time's gone so quickly. I can't believe, I mean, we're at the very end of May now. It's nearly June. I don't know where the time went at all. But yeah, my mum also made me a cake for my birthday, because it was my dad's birthday at the beginning of April. Obviously that was in lockdown as well, so we made him a cake, like a Scalextric cake, and then my mum made me a cake of my potting shed. I'll show you a picture. She worked so hard on it, and I loved it so much, and it was delicious. And obviously it was of my shed, so what's not to love? And then for my mum's birthday, beginning of May, all our birthdays are quite close to each other. I made her a cake, just a simple cake, because we were all pretty much caked out, if that's a phrase. We were living on cake because it was just the 3 of us at home. We were just eating cake all the time. So I just made her like a normal sponge, but it was a lavender and lemon flavoured sponge. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet. It was really nice. And last year, I think it was last year, when me and my mum went to a lavender farm, they were selling like the essential oils, but this was for cooking with, for baking with. So I added a few drops of that to the cake mixture and to the icing. And yeah, it was really nice. I mean, I love lavender anyway, you all know that. So anything to do with lavender, and I'm in. But yeah, oh, that boiled really quick. Just don't have the tea bags ready. You find the tea bags. Oh, one of the tea bags is broken. Right, tea bags. So yeah, it's been a pretty busy couple of months. What am I looking for now? Actually, while we were making tea, I treated me and my dad to some new mugs. I can't remember when, probably back in April somewhere. Here they are. So I got him one that says the head gardener, because he's pretty much the head gardener. He will always be the head gardener in my eyes. And then I got me one that says apprentice gardener. and obviously green and purple. But yeah, I love them. They're bone china, so I need to be really careful with them. But they're from a company called the Pot Bank. I think I found them on Not on the High Street. And obviously, as you can see, or you can just about see it, I have to show you a better picture. We put my little shelf up, which my boyfriend made me. And I put some cup hooks underneath so I can hang my cups there, and it's looking like a proper little kitchen now. Obviously I've got gas as well for my cooker, obviously. So what I might do is start, obviously when we start harvesting things, is to open up the Little Purple Potting Shed cafe again so I can start doing the recipe videos. And also because the new cups are bone china, and because every time we use a mug, take it home to wash it up, and I'm always so scared that I'm going to break them because I cycle up now. I just put them in the baskets. I made myself a little mug bag and it's padded, so if we need to take the mugs home, you can just put them in there. So they're nice and padded. Take them home, wash them up, bring them back, and hopefully they won't break, because I can be quite clumsy. My mum's the worst for mugs. She throws them in the washing up bowl and they just break all the time. I need a spoon now. The shed isn't very organised at all. And also I found I've got so much space in this cabinet now because I moved all my like cooking bits over onto the shelf. There's loads of space, and now I'm thinking, what else can I fit in here? Oh gosh, I love tea so much. I think I could just live on it quite easily. Oh, and also talking of tea, that will bring me quite nicely onto the knitting projects that I've been doing. Where is it? Aha. So most of the stuff that I've been knitting lately has been for presents. So I can't really show you because what I'm doing this year is I'm doing like a handmade Christmas. So I think most of my presents are going to be knitted, and I'm starting to work on them now because obviously I'm quite a slow knitter and it's going to take me quite a long time to knit anything, so I thought I'd better start now. But I knitted my friend Helen a shawl for her birthday, which was in May, and it's a purple version of the rusty coloured one that I made me. But yeah, I can't tell you about anything else because people might be watching. I know my family watches these videos and things like that. But one thing I have made was for myself, and it's because quite recently I've been making up like a pot of tea, probably 2 pots of tea in the evening, and I thought I need a tea cosy for my teapot. So I found a pattern online. It's by Debbie Birkin. I think it's called Basket of Anemones, but I will put a link in my description for you. And she did one with it was white with yeah, but I decided to go for a brown basket. I didn't bring the teapot to show you it on, so I'll have to show you a picture of it in use. Actually, I should have a teapot here really, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I should. But yeah, she had a white basket, but I went for a brown one because I thought that's a little bit more garden-y, like a trug. And then I went for bright flowers on top, but obviously, you know, your spout goes out one side, your handle goes out the other. And yeah, it's just a basket of flowers. I'm in love with it. So I had to knit 20 flowers and 20 leaves. Probably took me about a month. I think it wouldn't take that long to make. It's just because I didn't have much time to knit, and I haven't really had the time to sit down in the evenings to knit. So yeah, it took quite a long time, but I love it. I use it all the time, and I think it's become a little bit of an obsession now. I'm turning into one of those ladies that needs a lot of teapots in her life so they can house all the tea cozies, because my friend Helen, as well as the same lady that knitted me the lovely shawl, she knitted me a tea cozy which was like a beehive. I only have one teapot, so I was like, oh, I need more teapots so I can display all my tea cozies on the shelf. And I do actually want to make more tea cozies. But yeah, I'm so chuffed with it, over the moon with it. It's just so happy, and it combines like 3 of my favourite things: knitting, gardening and tea, all in one tea cozy. There are a few other projects as well that I want to work on, but I'm in that little bit of a dilemma now where there's so much that I want to knit that I just don't know where to start. So I'll go through a few of the projects, but what I might do, I have been thinking about doing it quite a lot lately, is setting up like a separate knitting vlog. So I have to bring my milk up in a jar because I don't have a milk bottle. It's really hard to pour. Did it. Yeah, I was thinking of setting up like a knitting vlog on the same channel, but obviously under a little different name. I'm not sure yet. But just, yeah, talking about knitting, just knitting. That's it. So yeah, I might do that. I think I might film the first one this weekend and see how it goes. But I'll just go through a couple of the projects which I want to do. I have actually cast this one on. I cast it on back in January. But there's, oh, I've got it with me actually. This is how much I've done. Just the collar. But look at the colour. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I've got to a point now where I need to start doing a thing called German short rows. I do not have a clue how to do them, and I'm completely stuck. So I went on to other projects, but it's this one by Rilla Ruth. Is that her name then? And it's called Twist Sweater. And I found it on Ravelry. It's just like a cropped jumper with like a twist in the front, but I thought it would look really nice over summer dresses and with skirts and things like that. But yeah, I'm just stuck. So she's updated the pattern with like a diagram, so I think I'm going to give it another go. But yeah, if you do follow me on Ravelry, I think I'm Katie Gardner or Katie Gardner 28. You always forget. But you can find all the patterns that I've favorited and things like that on there. And then I also wound the yarn up ready for this one. But again, I think this is above my skill. Oh my gosh, isn't it lovely? It's got like honeycombs on it. And it's by Drea Renee Knits, and it's called Wool and Honey. And I'm doing it in a very similar colour to that. And yeah, I think it was last week, I bought a wooden yarn swift and a ball winder. Complete and utter game changer, honestly. I used to sit on the floor with like my knees up with the yarn around doing it by hand. But yeah, oh my gosh, it takes no time at all to wind a skein of yarn into a ball. And I could just sit there all day winding it. It's the best thing ever. I got the ball winder secondhand on Facebook, and I bought the yarn swift from Etsy. I think it's handmade, and it was a little bit more expensive, but it's beautiful, and I'm going to cherish it forever and pass it down through my generations, because I will teach my kids how to knit. So yeah, they're 2 jumpers which I sort of cast on, but haven't done much to. But the other thing that I want to cast on is this, and it's a kids jumper. So I don't want to do the cardigan, I want to do the jumper. Oh, where am I going? This one here. This one here. It's really hard to do that when you're looking at the camera. The grey jumper, which is like a cable knit jumper. And I want to do it for my nephew Dylan. I've got the yarn for it, which is this blue. Oh, it's I was going to say it's really snuggly, but it's called Snuggly. Sidar Snuggly double knitting. So soft. And I think this colour will really suit him. I had a discount code for Lovecraft, so I bought quite a few bits of yarn. So yeah, I think I might knit that up for his birthday. Hopefully it won't take that long, because it is a lot smaller than an adult jumper. And yeah, the only other thing I want to show you leads me quite nicely onto my book review, which is knitting related, but I'm very excited about it. I was in Asda when I saw this, and I was like, oh, I need to have it in my life. Again, two of some of my favourite things combined, knitting and Harry Potter. I am quite obsessed with Harry Potter. The books came out when I was 8, and since then, completely obsessed with Harry Potter. So yeah, I had to have this book. Oh my gosh, I want to cast on every single thing in here. So if you like Harry Potter and you can knit, this is definitely a book for you. Also, the pictures are stunning. Let me show you a few of my favourite projects. There's actually quite a few more like expert, intermediate ones in here, but there are a lot of beginner ones as well. And I wanted to make Hedwig, but they didn't have the yarn in stock, so that's going to have to wait. And actually my nephew Jacob, my other nephew Jacob, he's just getting into Harry Potter, so I think I might make him a scarf or something like that for his birthday. But one of the things that I will cast on, I wanted it to be my next project, so it might be my next project, is this jumper. And it's the Weasley Jumper. So obviously I'm going to knit one with a K on it, and I'm going to do it in this colourway. I think the yarn was by Cascade Heathers, and it's very spot on to the maroon and the gold letter. But yeah, it looks like a really simple basic jumper, and then you sort of put the initial on afterwards. Is it called duplicate stitch embroidery? So I think it will be quite easy to do. But yeah, there's so many lovely projects. Obviously the scarf, there's the cardigan. I'm not showing you this very well. And then there's more intermediate things like colour blocking. But there's scarves and socks and gloves. The other thing I'm going to knit from here, and again I bought the yarn for it, if I can get to it without missing it. Oh, there's shawls as well. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, and a lovely little baby like mobile. Oh, so cute. Oh, here they are. The 7 Horcruxes washcloths. Again, I think you could probably knit this up in like an evening. But my favourite one is this one at the top, which is obviously Harry. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well. You can't see it very well. Where am I going? The red one. You can't see it very well, sorry. It's got Harry's glasses and then a lightning bolt on it. But yeah, a really good book. Like I said, if you like Harry Potter and you like knitting, really good book. I think this was £12 from Asda, which was cheaper than it was on Amazon. So yeah. Sorry, that wasn't a very good book review this time. But yeah, I think that's all my knitting news. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do a knitting vlog, so if you are more interested in the knitting side to it, then I would probably talk a lot more about knitting on that vlog. Oh gosh, it's so nice. That morning cup of tea, your first cup of tea of the day. I don't know why some people don't like tea. So yeah, I watered the allotment this morning. Like I said, it's going to be quite hot today, so it's always best to water in the morning or in the evening so your plants don't get frazzled. But it's all looking really good. We've planted quite a lot of stuff out, and I will film a tour over the next couple of days as well, so that will be released soon. But yeah, we planted most things out now. I think there's just a couple more things to go out. It's just keeping on top of the weeds now. Keeping on top of the weeds, the grass is growing, and yeah, we've sort of got to a point now where we've done all the jobs, so we can come up here, do a little bit of hoeing, do some watering, have a cup of tea, and it's really nice. And I don't think, well, we definitely wouldn't have been able to have done that if we had the garden shows on. I'm not sure where we would have been this weekend. But yeah, we would have been away nearly every weekend, so the allotment would not have looked like this if we had been doing the shows. I can honestly say that it wouldn't look like this. So in a way, it's been quite nice to have that little bit of extra time to do it. And yeah, I can't wait to see it all burst into life. I'm going to try and take a drone shot as well, because we did one in January, I think, before we had tidied everything up. So it would be nice to do one in the spring and then take a picture in the summer and the winter as well, do like a seasonal drone shot looking down. But yeah, all on top of things so far, so it's all good. The only areas that need to be done is the wildlife patch there, and then we need to sort of sort out the flower bed here. I moved some flowers over from the old allotment and they're doing really well. Lady's mantle, feverfew, cirsium, and my rose is there, and some foxgloves, so they're doing okay, but obviously I didn't plan on putting them there, but I'll probably keep them there. But anyway, it needs a few more flowers there, and obviously I can't really do the wildlife area until the rhubarb's dormant, so we can move that, and until the shops are open so I can start working on the pond. So yeah, they're not so much of a rush. I'm not worried about those two areas at all. And then there is an area which we have sort of introduced. There was going to be a manure bed there, but my little nephew Dylan, he's 4 years old, he is really getting into gardening, and we built him a raised bed to go where the manure bin was going to go, so he can grow his own things. And I gave him a little garden journal so he can write down all the things that he wants to grow. I know one of those things is chocolate. I haven't broken the news to him yet that you can't grow chocolate. If you could grow chocolate, my whole allotment would be chocolate, believe me. But yeah, he's really getting into gardening, and it's so lovely to see, and I really want to help him in his little journey to growing his own, because I think it's so important to get kids into gardening, and I wish that I had did it when I was younger at school, but there just wasn't anything around, was there? I mean, gardening wasn't taught at school. It wasn't really important, was it? So yeah, I do just want to show you these. I don't know if I'm going to knock the camera. I think I am. Sorry. So just before lockdown, we went to the shop. I think it was like 3 days before the shops had to close, and we bought these. Look at them. I mean, I've never seen such small tools this good before. They're by Kent and Stowe, and they were a little bit expensive, but I mean, they're going to last years and years, and when I have my own kids, they're going to have these. I mean, even the spade has little foot plates on. They're just amazing. And we also got a rake for him. And I think a few years ago now, I bought the little hand tools. Ooh! Which are in here. think, again, they are miniature. I love miniature things. So cute. But yeah, he's absolutely loving it, and I think he pops up here sometimes with his mum and dad. Obviously, we've got to keep 2 meters apart. But yeah, he put some potatoes in some bags, and they are growing really nice. So it's nice to see, you know, for him to see things growing. Because as soon as he put the potatoes in, he was a bit like, are they coming up yet? So yeah, it's really, really lovely. But anyway, I hope to start like a little YouTube series, probably called Dig with Dylan, all about gardening with kids and getting them into gardening and doing little projects and little DIY things, with Dylan as my little co-presenter. And then what I might do is with my YouTube earnings, I will cut them in half and put half in a saving account for him, so he can, you know, I can add to it and he can have a little bit of money as well when he's older. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. We just need to wait for the lockdown to be lifted. So yeah, my tea's getting cold. I think the only other thing I need to update you on is Wales and the sheep. Obviously, I haven't been there because of lockdown. I know Wales are different to England, as well as Scotland. We've all got our different lockdown rules. But obviously I can't go to Wales because there would be the risk of me taking the virus there or bringing it back. And because Charles lives with his mum, I don't want to, you know, we don't want to risk that anyway. So last time I was there, I think it was middle of March, which seems like ages ago now. And the day after I got home, I think my first sheep lambed, so I missed them completely. But there have been 9 healthy Herdwick lambs. Charles sends me pictures every now and again, and yeah, I'm glad they're healthy, but absolutely gutted to be missing it. So yeah, that's all my update on Wales. I think Charles is going to be getting rid of his sheep this year, so I think mine are going to go as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to keep the 2 originals and Flopsy, so Blodin, Beatrix and Flopsy might be able to stay, but I know the rest are going. Too much trouble, not enough money, basically. He's going to make more money from hay, so yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, I think that's about it. Oh no, I've got one more thing to show you. It's the best thing. Sorry, I've got two things to show you. I've just seen these. I follow the lovely lady. Oh, let me take this off. On Instagram. Wrong way. The Allotment florist. She posts some beautiful pictures. Anyway, she was selling these wildflower seeds which she's collected. So I bought a packet. What I'm going to do when the wildlife patch is done and the pond's been dug and all that, I will spread my little wildflower seeds around the pond, just to create a nice little wild area. Right, last thing to show you. I love Happy Post. Love it. The lovely Amanda messaged me a couple of weeks ago, and she wanted to draw and send me a picture, and I love artwork, absolutely love it. So of course I couldn't say no because her work is just beautiful. Anyway, she sent me this lovely little card. You can follow her on Instagram. She's called Traces of Magic. Traces of Magic, honestly, beautiful work. Anyway, she sent me this picture. This one. I love it so much. So it's me gardening, and there's my purple shed in the background. Isn't it beautiful? Oh gosh. And she made me look really pretty. Don't know how she did that, but I love it so much. So I'm going to put it in a nice frame. I've had so many lovely people send me pictures over the past few years, and I put them all in frames and I keep them all, and I love them. And then the other thing she sent was a complete surprise. It nearly had me in tears, honestly. I wasn't expecting this one. Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Dylan. She sells these alphabet sheets. Obviously, you can customise them with your child's name. And yeah, again, just absolutely stunning. Honestly, I nearly cried when I opened this one. I just wasn't expecting it. And I said to my brother, "Oh, take it home. You can put it on his wall." And he said, because there is a little bit of a plan to possibly get a little shed for my nephew. If he really gets into the gardening, we'll see how it goes first. But get him his own miniature shed, and then maybe we could put this in a frame and put it in his shed. But yeah, I mean, honestly, check her page out. Stunning, absolutely stunning. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to end here because I've talked for way too long yet again. I think I've covered everything. I always write down a list of things because I'm so forgetful lately. But yeah, I think that's about it for this vlog. I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea, possibly make another one, because why not? And then head home. I'm going to do a little bit of wrapping some orders today. Even though it's a Saturday and we should really have some time off, I'm going to do a little bit of wrapping, a little bit of work. It's going to get too hot to be up the allotment soon, so yeah, head home and maybe even do some knitting. But anyway, I really hope you are all well and you're all staying safe. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you all next time.